All right, you're still watching AM Sports coming your way from NT Sports 24, and of course, loads of interesting things coming your way on the show this morning. And earlier, during my introduction, I told you that we'll be updating you about some, interesting developments and of course some, events coming up, especially around the Moshood Abiola National Stadium. And of course, it's going to be a big one on the 21st of June 2025 because we're going to see the soccer charity match, and it's going to be a huge one. We're seeing the collaboration between, the Dr Krystal Chanchangi Foundation and the Jude Ighalo orphanage. It's going to be an interesting one, and of course everyone is getting pumped up for that particular match. And of course, joining me to talk more about it, she's making her return to the show. The first time she was here, it was an interesting one, and we're so glad to have her back in the studio with us. So join me in welcoming her, not just back to NT Sports 24, but back to Nigeria, Dr. Krystal Chanchangi. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. What a wonderful intro.
And I decided this time around to make it, because if I start listing who she is, we all know. In fact, looking at her, you know what she embodies. But one thing about her is that when it comes to, humanity, that's where you always find her, leading, and of course, she's been all her life, she has dedicated her life, to bettering anything that concerns human beings. And of course, we're so glad to have her in the studio. And of course, she's in Nigeria for a charity event. What else? Not for her personal, gains. It's huge. Thank you and welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate you.
All right. I'm not just, I don't have only in the studio with me today. I've got another person, and this man is a name when it comes to sports in Nigeria. Did so well for basketball, and of course, it's giving back to sports in Nigeria. So join me in welcoming Mr. Alasan Joseph Mbago. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
And of course, it is nice to know that you're part of this interesting charity match coming up.
Yeah.
All right. Without wasting time, when somebody sees it, the first time I heard about it, before I saw, the organizers, I just saw it, the soccer charity match. Wow, what's this all about? It's going to be an interesting one. That's, with that, we know that they are trying to raise funds, for a purpose.
Yes.
So tell us, what's it all about?
This soccer charity match is geared towards empowering the kids and the youths in Nigeria. Because, sports and soccer is one of the biggest platforms to unite Nigerians, regardless of the culture, regardless of the religion, regardless of your age. Soccer unites everybody. So why not create a soccer program where we can empower the youths and the kids? So that's the whole idea, empowering the youth and the kids and bringing all cultures or religions together to love and to celebrate the greatness of this nation and to uplift our nation for the diaspora world to see.
It's always beautiful. I always like, all your approaches, because once you do sports, we do know that sports, it comes without any, it does not know one language, it does not know any religion, it does not know any race. And of course, that's the same thing with fashion, with humanity, with anything, with music, with culture, with, youth development. You don't get to say, when they say somebody is young, you don't say, okay, it's only, somebody of this religion that is always young, or somebody of this color that is always young. It's something that is general. We'll get to talk more about that, but let me quickly, put this to Mr. Mbago. I'm going to be, asking you some technical details about this match. For you, this match, we all know that, when you're playing a football match, it's always 11 against 11. So far, it's standard, unless you're having 3 aside, 4 aside, 5 aside, or 6 aside. So what type of match is it going to be? Is it going to be 11 against 11?
Yes. In as much as we call it charity events, we'll see, in sports, whatever you do, that competitiveness will always come into play. So the two teams that we're playing is going to be a full game of 11 players, full game and all the substitutions, because there are a lot of prizes to be won. And any team that has prizes to be won teams don't take it lightly. No matter how you try to beg them to play it like an all-star game or like a charitable game, but we will do all we can to make sure, while it's competitive, we will still achieve the aim of the charity thing we're doing. That is it.
All right. All right. Let me just take it up from there. You know, you're collaborating with an orphanage, a well-known orphanage. Also, you know, being, you know, we know that Jude Ighalo is, you know, a Nigerian football superstar. So why have you decided to collaborate with the orphanage?
Because he is very passionate. Aside from him being a well-known soccer player in the world, he also has an orphanage home in Lagos that I actually get involved in from time to time with the children. They know me, I go there, I play with them. I actually adopted them. Sometimes I bring in some things for them. We play, we eat, we dance. Oh my God, I love those kids. It's a lot. He has a lot of kids. I don't know how many, but just a lot of them. And they have seen me from time to time interact with them. So I think that bringing him in would encourage other athletes, regardless of what sports you're involved in, not just Nigerian great athletes that have grown to the international level, but also foreigners to come back home and to give back to Nigeria. Nigeria is the home to so many people that went through the slave trade and everything. If you check the ancestral background, it dives in back to Nigeria. So bringing in someone like Mr. Jude Ighalo would spark up that, you know, interest for people to come back and give back to our nation.
Interesting.
Yes.
You know, I'll also still ask you about some, you know, others who have decided, you know, to queue into this program. But before that, you know, we're just talking about the competition, and I told them it's going to happen, you know, at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium. But let us know exactly where it's going to happen.
Okay, the event itself is going to happen at the FIFA Go project inside Package B of the National Stadium. For those who don't know, the place is called Package B. If you come into the stadium, they will direct you to where the FIFA Go project pitch is. That's where we're having business starting from 2 p.m. that day. We're going to be having a lot of things. We're going to be having barbecue. We're going to be having a lot of drinks.
Yes,
so the thing is open for everybody, all our viewers, our fans, our followers. You are all invited to come and be part of that program. I can guarantee you that we have enough for everybody. So if you come,
enough to go around.
Yes, enough to go around. So please just make your way there. You can invite even your friends and families to come. Besides, I will even advise a lot of footballers to come there, because some of them will want to meet our legendary Jude Ighalo. So
this info that you're
dropping,
that are you sure we will not move that much to the main board at the end of the day? If about 50,000 Nigerians now storm that place to come and see Jude Ighalo, that Charles Okocha will always call like Ighalo.
Please, they should come. We have enough for them.
All right, quite interesting. I wanted to, you know, ask you the other time. Are there other celebrities that you were going to have around? Is there any other person trying to, you know, collaborate to be part of it?
Well, for this game, I do have a lot of celebrity friends that will be attending. You know, they give you your words, and before you know it, we drop
change, yeah.
You know, but for now, it's just going to be me and Ighalo doing this. I encourage his friends, his teammates, and other extended people that are not even friends to get involved, because this is a charity match. People think charity is about making money. No, it's about giving back. Just take that out of your brain. It's about making money. Just come back and give back. If each of us, the aspirants, can come back and give back somehow through food, through sports, through education, there's so many things, agriculture. I'm telling you, Nigeria will be the greatest nation on earth.
You know, when you talk about Nigeria, I know how passionate you could be when you're talking about Nigeria, so I totally understand. I understand. As you were telling us that there will be barbecue, there will be this, there will be that, then let us know if, you know, they can just walk in there, or there's a criterion for them to get into the, you know, center.
Let me add to that. There is going to be a high security check at the location. Okay. Because we don't want any form of violence, we don't want any form of rioting, we don't want any form of disturbance there. But if you're coming, come with good intentions. That's all I have to say. Come with good intentions, because I am a Nigerian police ambassador on youth and diaspora affairs, so you know what that means. Come with good intentions.
All right. Okay.
Okay, let me, like you said, we are going to, it's going to be free actually, but of course we'll do all the normal security checks just to make sure we're all safe there, out there. And secondly, the reason why we'll do all those checks is because of the high caliber people that will be coming there. Just to add to some of the questions you asked about celebrities, we have some invited superstars and big stars that will also come there. For instance, Gotcha Mark will be coming. You will
the basketball
yes,
extraction.
He's the CEO of Mark the Ball Foundation. He will be coming. I'm also looking forward to having Mr. Ubong Udo. He's the Chief Executive Officer of BUA ASR for Africa, if you know him. So these people will be coming. Because of that, we have to keep the place very safe for everybody that will be coming.
Yes, for all citizens.
You know. Okay, quite interesting. I just want to ask you, in what way, how do you plan to, raise the money? Is it that when they come, they get to donate, or you get fee? So, what is it like? How is it going to be that day?
Donation is pretty much open. If you're interested in donating to our foundation, either my foundation or Ighalo's foundation, you're free. You can donate. It's on the website, on Dr Krystal Chanchangi Foundation website, or Ighalo Orphanage Home Foundation website. But for now, this event is just going to be me, Dr. Krystal Chanchangi, and Jude Ighalo, sponsoring this event. We can do it together. We don't need, we always need, we always need funds, but if you're interested in donating, come out and do it. It's very important. Yes. It doesn't matter what amount.
Yes.
You can even donate food. You can donate drinks. You can donate yourself. You can do service, acts of service. So we're open to it.
That's huge. Yes. Beautiful. Yes. Now, because the way it's a match, and we were talking the other time, I said 11 against 11, there'll be substitutes. Who are these people playing the football match?
So the teams playing the soccer match is a team called Maracana FC.
Okay.
I think their home pitch is Area 3 football field. And there's another team called something FC. I've forgotten the exact name, but these are the two teams playing. They're both coming from outside to use the venue we're using for they are top teams, and they are all youth teams. In fact, Maracana FC is one of the most popular football academy around that everybody knows. So a lot of people will be coming to watch these kids, and these kids will have the opportunity to be seen by the legends that are coming.
Yes.
So it's a very good thing for them. Then talking about donation, I want to personally use the opportunity to encourage others to please come out and support people with good intent like this. Dr. Krystal Chanchangi have been doing a lot that needs support ordinarily. I want to personally beg. I am her sports coordinator, so I normally take out my time to see to the success of all our events. I put my all in it to make sure everything comes out because of what she has been doing. So I want to encourage everybody, please, like she said, anything you can contribute. You can even contribute your time. Just be there for us. Contribute drink, contribute anything. We need a lot of money. If you come there that day, you see the things that will be given out. So you understand what she has been doing. And not just this. Just from December to here, she has done basketball.
Yeah.
She has done para soccer.
We'll come to all that. I just want to take it from, that place that you said, the prizes to be won and all that. Tell us more about what you'll be giving out that day.
It's more of funds. We're going to give enough funds because a lot of youths need funds now. They work their butts out just to raise funds. So it's going to be checks, obviously, for the winning team and the losing team. I don't think there's ever a loser, but I make sure that everybody's well taken care of, all the players, all 11. And then we'll also do some raffle draws, cash prize raffle draws with that, all free. We're not taking a dime from you. All we're asking is for you to come out there and support. Let's be united regardless of where you come from and your identity, your religion, or your race.
Wow. I don't know how these two teams got so lucky because I'm sure all the teams in Abuja will just be envious. Like, come on. These two teams will always know that at the end of the day, no matter how you select them, it's going to go down to two teams playing themselves. But how did you get them?
Okay, we did our screening. There was a day I went there personally to watch them. The second team that I chose, I don't even know them. I just went to the pitch and I was observing, and I saw that this team are organized, they are formidable, and I checked the age range, and they meet all the criteria that I need. So and I just walked straight to the coach. He was even thinking I came for to pick his players. I said, no, I want to see, and I told him that there's a program and your team have been selected or have been spotted and selected to be one of the teams that will participate in that event. And he was very happy. He said, okay, and I gave me his word, okay, they'll be there. He was even asking how they coming. I said, don't worry, I will talk about that later. But the most important thing is that your team have been spotted and selected for the event. While Maracana FC too is a youth team that I know, that I've always been following them. Yes, I've been following them even online, and I've been there once in a while to watch them. So when this team came, they were the first people that came to my mind that this team, they are very, very organized, and they've been training. So I now chose. That was how I came about choosing this team.
That is why it's always good to be consistent, hardworking, and of course, to just make sure that you do things the right way. Years, in fact, this one, it's going to almost like, should I say like 16, 17 years. We had a tournament here at the Moshood Abiola National. It was, a World Cup. And at the end of the day, there was a Nigerian who called himself Little Messi. Well, it was like, 15 years older than the Messi himself. So, he said he went there, spotted them, and, saw that they were very young, not that they had to go forge their ages and all that. I think that's huge. And those are the people that, your foundation should, identify with. I think that's very much huge. Before we talk about other things that you do, because I know that you do basketball, you do para soccer, and you even have some other events too that you have planned, and not just in sports alone. You're doing for fashion, doing for the youth, doing when it comes to security, culture, everything. You are just I don't want to say you're everywhere, but you're doing everything positive to promote not just Nigeria, but the black movement. Well, I think that's very huge.
Thank you so much.
This time, why did you choose football?
Because everybody has been requesting for football, and you do your research, football unites.
Very well.
I've been getting the boards. I just posted the flyer today. Everybody, even the people that never reached out today this morning. Everybody want to be a part of, because football unites.
Very well.
So why not do it? We've done other ones. Should I mention the names of the ones we've done?
Oh, no, we'll get to that.
So,
we'll get to that. I think you're very right. It's what we all know.
Yes.
Because on a day that you find the Super Eagles of Nigeria playing, let's say it's a World Cup match, you hardly find vehicles on the road.
That's true.
And that's when you know that one Mohammed is passing to one Emmanuel, and it's been taken over by the other person. You don't get to know if this person is from the north, the south, or the west, or the east. So nobody cares about that.
That's true.
Because it has no color, it has no religion, it has nothing. And that's huge. And that's why whenever anybody comes up with any initiative that is about sports, it's always 100% acceptable. And I think that's very much huge. Just like you said, it's going to be a standard match. I want to believe you've got the support maybe from the FCTFA or the Nigeria Football Federation.
Yes, we've done all of that. We've officially gotten the venue. We applied for it, we paid, and we've gotten the place. And all the referees, all the other officials are also in support of this. The coach in charge of the court is fully in line with what we're doing. So everything is all set. We've done all the necessary things to make sure we're all on the same page.
All right, let's talk about your sports initiatives. And it's very good, it's even more interesting that he has been your sports coordinator. So he gets to talk about it when you talk about it too. You chose basketball, you chose para soccer, all these things. One of the things that I do know is that especially when you talk to, those guys who do para soccer, they will tell you that they've not had any tournaments in months. So you're bringing them out to come compete competitively. It's okay for them. Now, there's another avenue when you organize any event, you're giving these young talents the opportunity to showcase what they've got, and they could be spotted from there, and that could be their way to stardom. But at the end of the day, you still try as much as possible to still give them an added incentive.
Yes.
Money, material gifts and all that. What drives you?
Oh, that's a very deep one. What drives me? I think it's my calling. I don't play sports. I tried when I was in secondary school. I went to a boarding school here in Nigeria, in Kaduna State.
Did you try basketball?
I tried basketball and I was so lazy. But I have so many friends that have competed on the Olympic level, and I've always had athletes around me. My auntie, I call her my elder sister, even though she's my auntie, Ifi Udemezue. She played basketball. That's how I knew Mr. Emberg. I knew Mr. when I was a little girl, so I don't want to make you look so old. But like, Ifi played on a national level, represented Nigeria. So I've always been around sports, tennis, basketball, soccer, and I have so many friends in it, so why not? Why not? That's the way to reach the youth. I want to be able to empower kids and youth, because if you can fix a kid and a youth from a young age, the future is bright. But if you wait for them to grow up to be adults, it's hard to repair an adult's mind and to build it. So
I forgot to even add to it that aside from you giving these, young athletes the opportunity to showcase their talents and still reward them, you still feed them, and at times you almost feed them to, stupor. So, so it's quite, interesting. How, have you been able to sustain this?
I think it's God. I'm very, very spiritual and I respect the Most High. I don't know how I do it, but thankfully, my organization and my LLC, the Money Making LLC, Kids Multicultural World in USA, which is well recognized by the USA government and all that, is doing really well. So we're able to raise funds from there and push it in this and other sorts of incomes that I work towards. When you're passionate about something, you have to be on it. You have to keep going, because God is always going to provide for you. Just have the faith, do your prayers, and work hard.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, I know if they wake you any day, anytime, and they tell you that, embargo, quickly organize this basketball tournament. Within, before we know, everything is set and we're good to go. But what has it been like, whenever she calls on you and, especially, you had to go from your, first love to go try para soccer the last time she was here?
Okay. It's very good for me. Like she also said, me too, I'm a very complete sport person. In case you don't know, I started playing football before I switched over to basketball. Yes, and I also play volleyball very well. As a barrack boy, I can play virtually all the sports.
Those are the games you find in the barracks.
Yes. What drives me more in doing things for her passionately is because of her kind of person. Normally, I like people with good hearts, people that wants to do things for people. I find myself doing things even without being told. I even go extra mile for them. So whenever she calls me that we need to do this, I'll just say, just give me all the hints. That's all I need. And before she knows, I'll just swing into action, go to the venue, look for the people, look for all the things that will make the event, even do some part of the publicity and all that. And that's how we normally do all the programs. All
right. Let me ask you, how's been the feedback? When you do this, what do you see? The reactions from, the athletes themselves, those who know them, these coaches, and of course, people who don't even associate with sports. The reaction from the Nigerians and those abroad. They're
really happy. They're really grateful, especially for the athletes. They're so thankful because you hardly see such thing, they're always waiting for the government to do it. But when dad's friends like us come back and do it, they're very thankful. And then me being a female, me being a fancy female that looks like a Barbie when I'm not, they're even more, wow, I can't believe she's doing, because people have a perspective of the person that I am, and which is quite different from the person that I'm actually. So they're very thankful. A lot of them give me gifts. I had a player giving me a hoodie one time. Kajer gave me a hoodie one time. So it's like, and he gives me gifts. Like, it's so empowering, and I feel fulfilled. I'm telling you, like, if I don't do it, I can't sleep. Like, I'm having anxiety. I have to do it. It's a calling. That's why I'm sent. I might not be a pastor or an imam or reverend sister, but I'm called to give back. That is my calling. That's why it's easy to navigate through it. And with someone like him, he has his own foundation, but he's someone that is not selfish. He's very selfless. He comes and he empowers other people's foundations. So I'm very thankful to have someone like him in my entire team, because it takes a strong spiritual person to work with me. Yes.
Interesting, very much interesting. But you know, we know that you don't just do, you don't just impact the society positively through sports. You also do other things. What are the other things that you're doing in Nigeria and of course beyond Nigeria to better the lives of, especially the youth?
Oh wow, that's a huge question. Well, this time around, why I came to Nigeria was because of this soccer tournament. I'm also a proud mom to Cleopatra Vargas. She's behind, she's backstage.
I wanted to come to that because the last time you were on this show, you promised.
Yes.
I was going to see your daughter.
Cleopatra is currently going viral in Nigeria for her dance, her cultural dance. She's never been in Nigeria before. This is her first time. The first time she walked into the airport, she started dancing because I created the Ogene thing. I invited them and she was dancing in the airport, and she has kept me busy. We've been meeting a lot of entertainers. She's met Davido, Flavor, and all that. So I manage my daughter. That's what I'm talking about her. I manage her. We've secured some collaborations with this big artist, so I can talk about that on TV. But I also own the Kids Multicultural World organization in USA. It's the #1 magazine, fashion show, and cultural organization and leadership talent building organization in USA. And I have over 38,000. It was 36,000 before. I've governed over 38,000 kids in my organization, and we empower them to be leaders and to work towards their talent building and all that. I also own the foundation where we deal with feeding the hungry, providing funds. We pay a lot of school fees. Last year we paid about 685 kids school fees across Nigeria, Lagos, Anambra, Adamawa, Taraba, Kaduna State, Abuja. See, I'm leaving Abuja out. We go to schools and we pay school fees, and I pick the kids I want to pay their school fees. I don't like that wulu wulu. You know I'm a Nigerian girl.
Yes.
So I will go there and I'll pick the people that I want them to, pay their school fees. And even with sports, actually, you get frustrated with me sometimes because I tell them I want to sit down here and I want you guys to transfer that money to all these athletes, their accounts. I don't want stories. So I'm a full humanitarian. I deal with sports, culture, leadership, and youth empowerment. Am I missing anything? And I'm proudly a Nigerian police ambassador.
I don't think you can just list everything at once. You have to remember some.
I have to say this, or unless my chairman, officer, Mr. Ibrahim, will be mad at me. I'm a Nigerian ambassador. I work with the youth and diaspora. That's why I'm able to promote our culture abroad and keep our kids and our youth together in America.
Everyone is proud. We're so proud of you and what you're doing. And of course, Cleopatra, we have to, appreciate her for what she's doing. Some, she came to Nigeria and, she just displayed the true Nigerian spirit, which is huge. So we need to go. But what will be your closing thoughts to people you're inviting for the charity game?
Okay, my closing thought will be that they should not forget. 21st is the date, 2 p.m. Go Project, FIFA Go Project at Package B. We look forward to seeing all of them.
Like the stadium.
Yes. If you come, if you barbecue did not reach, you come and meet me. I will make sure it gets to you.
Yeah, it will go around. Your closing thoughts, we need to go.
Nigerians, please come out and support this initiative. I'm not asking you to bring billions of dollars or naira. Just come out and bless us with your presence and just keep being the best that you can be. And please give back. Give back. Give back. Give back. Thank you.
All right, it's been an interesting one. That's what we, positive energy, positive vibes is always what, we experience whenever she's in the studio. So let me thank you for coming on the show today and all the best for the event on Saturday.
Thank you. Thank you for everything.
And of course, Mr. Mbago, nice to have you on the show. Thank you for all you do for the Nigerian sports community.
Thank you very much.
All right, and of course, special shout out to Cleopatra. She's been trending in Nigeria and we're so blessed to have her also with us backstage today. Many thanks for coming. All right, you're still watching AM Sports coming your way from NTA Sports 24. Time now for us to take a short break. When we return, we'll plan to talk to you about one of the fast-growing para sports in Nigeria. Do stay with us.